In the Easter season, we are talking about spiritual disciplines, ways that you can be practicing your faith and deepening your spirituality. We talked about the importance of worship, of doing exercises that open you to God. And last week, we discussed relinquishing the false self. The surprising part of that was to hear how submission can be a positive thing, helping us to place all of our anxieties in God's hands. I love that part. This week, we will look at practices that help us to share our life with others. In Adele Calhoun's book on spiritual disciplines, this list includes exercises like having an accountability partner, practicing chastity, community, covenant groups, disciplining, face to face connections, hospitality, mentoring, service, small groups, spiritual friendships, unity, and witness. You'll notice that all of these involve other people. In previous weeks, all of those exercises were things you could be doing alone, but our faith isn't meant to be alone. We're not a private meditation group, we are a church. Christianity is about community. So some of these practices mean you gotta grab a friend or make a new friend. In the institution of church, we have some more formalized structure to these practices. So I mentioned in our welcome that we have a summer student working with us. That will involve a more intentional mentoring and discipling. But this mentorship is happening in the church all the time. Whenever we share our responsibilities, when we teach others how to do the work that we are doing, when we let them take risks and make mistakes, all of that is a spiritual practice. In a similar way, when we are honest and vulnerable with others, when we take the risk to share the problems that we face and we let others help us, that too is a spiritual practice. Now, I share a lot of the same challenges as you. I don't like to rely on others. I don't like asking for help. I don't like being a burden. But then I'm portraying myself as someone I'm not. And I'm not just adding more stress to my life, I am actively depriving someone else from the opportunity to do ministry. How are others going to learn if we don't share? How will we grow as disciples if we don't lean on each other? Henry Nouwen writes that community as discipline is the effort to create a free and empty space among people where together we can practice true obedience. To create space for God among us requires the constant recognition of the Spirit of God in each other. Or as I heard someone else put it on Twitter, being annoyed is the price we pay for community. Leaning on each other, we might rub shoulders the wrong way, bruise each other a bit, get really frustrated and irritable. But all of that is part of the practice of faith. You are invited by Christ to a heavenly banquet table, and I guarantee there will be folks sitting at that table who you think shouldn't be there. Here on earth, we get to practice our manners, get accustomed to being hospitable, so that when the day comes that we feast together in heaven, it really will be a feast. If you don't learn how to love your neighbor now, well, heaven is going to feel a lot like hell. So let's work on working together. Find places in your life that others can help with. Reach out and ask for support. Be vulnerable enough to let your church community be there for you. Amen.